Makes this Knicks team different than the teams you played on in the past?
Oh man, a lot more structure. I think the team knows, not just the players, but the organization knows which way they want to go. A winning atmosphere. So I think that's the biggest difference.
You know, a lot of guys aren't used to coming off the bench or just, having that role. What keeps you in your mind in the game, knowing that, your number's called, you have to be in there?
Yeah, in this game it's about who's ready. 1 through 13. Whenever my name's called, I know I'm going to be ready. I think last year really, my position coming off the bench, I learned that from last season, coming off the bench, staying ready, and George Karl's offense and strategies and things like that. So just knowing that I had to be ready whenever my name was called, so I kind of brought it over here.
Me being a guy from North Carolina, I remember the game against Duke when you pretty much obliterated Duke in college. What was the biggest takeaway from that game? If you could take away anything from that game.
Man.
No, it was a while ago.
Yeah, no, pretty much, just don't let anybody, tell you you're an underdog. I think everybody wrote us off that game, and we came ready to play. I had a great game that game, but in the second half, I think I only scored 5 points. So it was a team effort, but you just got to stay ready at all times, and anybody can be beat.
Last question. Kristoff and Jarian, 2 rookies in the league. What are you giving advice-wise to those kids as they're getting, they're like maybe 15 games into their NBA careers?
Yeah, for KP, a very high draft pick, man. We were about the same age when we both got drafted, so just stay humble, stay ready. With success comes, you got to keep a level head, and Jarian, he's playing well. He's playing great as well. He's another young guy, so we have a lot of older guys on this team that have a lot of years in this league. So and they're learning really well, at a fast pace, and that's what we need, especially to be a good team. You got to have a good mixture of veterans, a good mixture of scorers, rebounders, a little bit of everything, and rookies as well. The guys got to learn fast, and those two are learning really fast.